Oh, wow.
Rachel.
Oh, my goodness.
What a time we had.
This is a bit Rachel didn't tell any of us to also prepare for. And I think I'm
because
insulted.
I didn't prepare it till I sat down and I was like, wouldn't it be funny? So I put my background as a locker room and grabbed a towel and was like, oh. It's my first talk back. I wanted to make a splash.
What's your first one, really?
Yeah, I'm always at wrestle school when you've done them previously.
That is a true statement.
Well, welcome to the talkback, as they say.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know who they are. No one actually says that, but welcome to
Well,
talkback.
you do, so that's one.
Fair.
There you go, Ben.
So
Boom,
what
you
are we
said it.
talking about?
Stuff, things, last week. If anyone remembers, I definitely do, and definitely am not in the process of rereading the notes that, the little like blurb that Ryan gave me.
I gave you a much shorter blurb this week.
You did.
I did.
In fairness, not a lot
We
actually
didn't do
happened last week. Brunch was
like
50% of
Yeah, I was
the
gonna say we
It's
spent
all
like
of
an
our
hour and a
bonding
half
to, like,
having
one
brunch.
sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was brunch.
We
and
jumped on the bed.
fashion.
Mhm.
But I also
Jumped
did
on the
realize
bed.
that my first recap was a little long, and so we needed to shorten it anyway.
I liked it, honestly.
A little long.
I feel like
Yes,
more
you can get
happened.
a recap of stuff that you missed going forward here, but you can also get that now at the beginning of every session because Ryan has been writing up little blurbs on what happened for Ben to read.
Yeah.
So hopefully you will stay caught up no matter where you join in. But yeah, we're going to talk about last week, tonight, this
That's a
evening.
different show.
right now.
Whew, it's
Tonight,
such
last week, tonight.
such a time. we
Tonight,
had.
tomorrow.
With Oliver John. Long
about to
John
say.
Oliver.
Long John Oliver. He's got a peg leg.
I mean, we did really spend like I'd say 85% of the last session just fucking around.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
We did,
It-
and I took
it's-
notes on it for some reason.
It's funny because every time we divert into like, and everyone in the campaign eats something. It's like Patrick doesn't eat anything.
Yeah.
Patrick's doing, like prawn eggs, you know, just like really loving the textures of the food to look at.
Yeah, what the fuck is Patrick doing during meal times?
Drawing.
Oh, hello, the Thunder God. That's such a cool name.
Great name.
From Greece.
Great
Oh my god, what
name.
time is it in Greece?
Wow,
You binged them all?
Oh my
What?
gosh.
Them.
Wow.
I'm
Even I don't like us
Wow.
that much.
Yeah.
Sorry about the voice.
Sorry for
2
my
a.m.
DMing.
Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
Wow,
I mean, I
you might
say
need
Jesus
to
Christ
make
as if I am not up at 2 o'clock in the morning and would not also be watching Twitch if there was like something fun to watch.
Yeah. This is exactly what I would be doing.
This is exactly what I would also be doing at 2 o'clock.
You know, make the things you love to see.
Truly.
That's the lesson here.
That is.
Yeah.
I feel like last week was like like the real first session, but also I felt like the first time that we like hit our stride. Because I feel like we were really spending the sessions leading up to that being like, who am I? Who are you? What the fuck is happening? And like last week I was like,
Yeah.
okay, we're all together. We all kind of know who our characters are. And now we can fuck around, but like it's gonna be fun to fuck around and not confusing and like trying to figure out what my character would do in that situation.
Right. We have like such a solid foundation. I feel like we were on a roller coaster going up the hill for like a long ass time, and now we're like right at the peak and ready to like get into the.
Yeah,
downs.
Ben just left us at the drop last week. So for anyone
Literally.
who missed last week, the first I literally want to say 2 hours. It might have been an hour and a half. We're spent having brunch.
Who am I to
Found
rush a good
out-
brunch?
We also did some drinking at night. We did dinner and
That's
then
true. We
and
did
dinner
dinner and then
and
brunch.
brunch.
Yeah.
We're really like dating our characters. you know?
Yeah. Found out that Terry, that's his name, right? Terry
Very
has a huge ass crush on Azad, which is so uncomfortable. And then realized that we
Terribly
need to
uncomfortable.
go or
Ter-
sorry, we're asked. What was that, Ben?
said terrible. Well, I didn't say anything. Zeki said terribly uncomfortable.
Oh yeah.
And I was saying boo to that.
Put it on a shirt.
Terribly uncomfortable. So then Giovanni asked us to go back to the circus because we need to go investigate more shit. He didn't. There was more to it than that, but all I remember is investigate more shit. Go to the circus.
Yeah, because we didn't solve the puzzle at the place, so we just picked up the puzzle and left.
Yeah, and apparently we were also just silent ninjas because nobody noticed us somehow.
In a giant cage.
I literally created fireworks for this event, and no one noticed me.
Well, they noticed the. Oh, that's true. They
noticed
didn't
the
even
fireworks.
The power of sneaking past drunk people.
Hey, it's surprisingly easy.
When we walked outside, Wolf, the juggler, was like hanging out.
Yeah.
And then
on the front stoop.
Of the house that we were in. Yeah. Saw Al, freaked out and ran away. We were all kind of like that. That was weird.
Wait, I have a question. So Wolf the Juggler, is that someone we met during the like Vades initial session?
Yes.
Yeah, Vady taught Patchwork how to juggle.
Yeah.
Oh, that's, and we saw you juggling, but I didn't know who that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From a distance, no, you guys weren't able to clock him.
And I had a meltdown a little bit.
My cat's here. Sorry, everyone.
Hi,
He's
baby.
arrived.
Oh.
Oh no, he's all green screen.
Oh no.
The green screen can't tell.
Yeah.
Why do you have a green cat?
Wolf and Patchwork had the like sweetest moment ever in the Vades one shot. It was like this just like really heartwarming thing of Patrick being like, I can't go home, and Wolf being like, oh, I know how that feels. And all of us were on the verge of tears because we were like, what the fuck is happening?
Oh, if you only knew.
And yeah, so this is a callback to the sweet juggler who taught Patchwork to juggle and didn't have a family. And then apparently that ties into Omar's backstory, and we don't know how. I mean, well, we kind of know how. What information did we get last week from Omar's flashback? Is that he just stole...
Which one?
Which one? Yeah, there were a lot of flashbacks last week.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. Which one do you want?
I think what flashback did he have when Wolf. When Wolf...
First flashback to about a decade ago on a dark night. He had broken into someone's home and overwhelmed a half-orc set of parents. Grabbed a small child out of their bed with bloody hands and whisked them to a fate they didn't ask for.
Right.
Because
Yeah,
I apparently chose to write down Ben's word for word with that memory.
That one was important. Yeah.
So Al killed Wolf's parents and kidnapped Wolf. That was the information that we got. Just the general
that's why
gist.
the bloody hand. Okay, I understand now. I was like, maybe he just tied them up.
Maybe he just did a lot of finger painting.
And I believe the phrase "another sin I have to atone for" was uttered by or a sin I have to bear is Alistair uttered that one this week. So
give me 1 second. Oh no, never mind. They hung up. It's fine.
Is it your landlord again?
My landlord called in the middle of the session last time to
like
make sure
4
that,
times.
Make sure that sorry, to let me know he got my email. It was very important.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the wolf thing happened. Then we popped on over to the circus. Oh, I also learned how to jump on a bed. That was pretty cool.
Everybody cut loose.
Yeah, Rev really decided that that Azad needed to loosen up.
Honestly, not wrong.
Forced it a little bit.
Yeah. I am going to run downstairs quickly while you guys are chatting and turn off our tamales.
I turned them off already.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Ooh.
Sure.
Well, I'm gonna run downstairs and shove a tamale in my face. No, I won't do that.
You can.
Although you might want to run downstairs and grab the doorbell because the sour cream just got here. But yeah, so after that we got to the circus where no one remembered us apparently because everyone was too drunk the night before to see us carrying a gigantic fucking Drake cage out. Which I was personally very concerned that everyone was going to know who we are, but apparently our stealth check was really good, so whatever. Also, it seemed like the police or like the guards or the Garda or whatever they're called were somewhat in Giovanni's pocket to some extent. So like we were able to just get kind of ushered into the crime scene to do some investigating. That was pretty cool.
Again, also strange though. Like, why didn't we just do that the first time?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Like, why did we have to like Pink Panther our way in there? And then we could have just been like, hey, yo, here's $10.
I think that the idea is that he can't, and I might be reading into this wrong, I'll have to ask Ben when he comes back, but I think the idea is that you can't just like tell police to go somewhere that seems perfectly legal and just show up and like take things down, because that's really an overextending of your power. But that like once an act already has occurred, it's a lot easier to be like, hey, can you just like let my friends in?
Right. Like he has influence to be like, oh, something terrible happened. I have some folks who can look into that as opposed to like whatever.
Ben, the question was if Giovanni has the police sort of like on speed dial insofar as we were able to just like pop on in, how come he couldn't have pulled those strings to get the Drake out?
Because he didn't want to be attached directly to the removal.
Oh.
Right now he's not attached to the removal, he's just attached to the investigation.
Yeah. And I was like, hey, I know some people who are going to come take a look, like, let them in. The police don't know the full extent to which...
Okay.
That's why they're like, you're not suspects, you guys can come in, because, like, you know,
there we go.
Yeah. And there's, like, enough discretion. It's also not all of the police, it's a couple of them. So in this case, like, the captain is, you know, is affiliated with Giovanni, but, like, the entire, like, city guard is not.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And then we got into the tent where all the murders had happened. Found out that there were no survivors because of the hungry wolves that ran into the tent after we just up and left, which is fair. That's fair.
At least the wolves survived, you know?
Yeah, there were some survivors. There were wolves that survived.
Also, we had a brief moment of an ogre chasing a snake just across a plain somewhere in the world.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'll be the beginning of a myth.
We'll flash back to the two of them periodically just for fun in the midst of like very serious like moments. I'll be like, by the way, look out the window real quick, and you see an ogre and a very large snake just like jetting by.
And then Ben decided to be.
Nina is very sorry. Nina is a very safe. Nina has been hanging out.
Sure, we have to answer the chat for that one.
Nina did not get eaten by wolves. Bill would not allow that.
Nina will never die. If Nina dies, I'm divorcing Ben. You heard it here first. Ben's about to kill Nina, isn't he?
Prepare yourself.
I'll get the divorce papers written up. It's fine.
There is a clause in their wedding vows and stuff for this.
That says if Ben kills Nina, divorce is immediate, and I'm not at any fault. No, but what I was going to say is that then Ben was like, hey, here are all your backstories, and it's going to hurt in a very short amount of time. Every single fucking PC
went down the
in
list.
That tent found something that hurt a lot.
Well, Patrick didn't really find anything that currently hurts.
Yeah.
He did discover something that is going to hurt.
And I don't think Rev is actively hurting. I think Rev is just confused.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Rev has questions.
Rev doesn't, and then Rachel's backstory or Patrick's backstory found
us.
Yeah.
Backstory that Rev doesn't even know she has appeared.
Yeah.
Ben's making this shit up on me.
Surprise.
I have some fun things in mind.
Fuck you, Benjamin.
I just want to let Rev drink some coffee and then tinker with some shit. You're out here trying to get all emotional.
It's just like a cozy little like Farmville kind of thing where I just like tinker around, like make some cool stuff.
I do want to quickly like get some speculations from the cast because I feel like we got so much information that's all intertwined. Like, okay, my ex-husband's family crest was on a scroll that when we opened up had a diagram of one of Rev's like parents or guardian, like someone who Rev knew in childhood. And then in that same room, there were jars of like swirling liquid or like sort of, I'm picturing like, oh my God, what are they called? You know those little things you used to get when you were a kid that like squished and you could bend and they had like swirly liquid in it? I was picturing like that sort of like viscosity of liquid. I could be totally wrong. I don't know what it looked like. That had one jar had images of Bill's family, like I believe his entire family.
My whole ass family.
Your whole ass family.
It was a lot of people, right?
It was
that's
it was
14
like,
people.
Yeah.
And Corny's patron was in one of the jars.
Yes, and then Corey's patron was in one. And then on the diagram of the woman, it was a woman, right?
Woman, yeah.
Yeah, in the diagram of the woman that Rev knew that my ex-husband's stamp was on, there was a thing on the arm that was the sigil or symbol of Al's mother. So like there's just so much happening.
So so here's my speculation piece.
Yeah.
And this is, I don't think I realized I had this speculation. For some reason, every time Ben and Al used the phrase mother,
oh man,
I capitalized it in my notes. And I don't capitalize when people say mother or mom. Grammar nerds can come for me later. That's just how I write. It's just faster.
Sure.
But I capitalized mother because for some reason, my brain last week registered that not as a like term, but as a title. So I'm excited to figure that shit out.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
I feel like because Al has never said my mother, ever. Al has only said mother.
It's because she is mother.
Right. Like
right.
My brain pings it as a title for some reason.
I can get on board with that.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means in terms of everything else, but like
I don't either.
I will speculate that tonight is not going to be a good episode for Corny.
I don't think it's going to be a good episode for any of us. Let's be incredibly clear.
What? No.
I'm very worried.
We've already had how many different... I have a list in my notes, because I was not kidding when I said it. Rev was clocking questions for later, of questions for later for different characters. We've already avoided at least 3 questions from different people. 2 from Alistair and 1 from Azad on like what the fuck is happening in your life. You avoided talking about what Rex is saying about you.
Oh, yeah.
Because Rev was asking because she thinks it's going to impact us being seen with you, right?
Right.
But so we've already avoided a couple different questions about different people's backstories that are immediately slamming us in the face.
Yes.
So regardless of what this reclaimer does to us, there's going to be some internal reckoning.
I will say, I feel like, and this might just be me being like, well, my secret's not that big of a deal, but like, I don't think that what Rex is saying about me is as impactful as what the fuck is going on with Mother.
Oh, no, it definitely is not going to be. But
Pen's like, it is now.
Well, whatever.
I don't know.
But also, we don't know that.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we just know that you don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I also, so the way that the episode ended was after all of us got just like dick whipped in the face with our backstory.
Very visceral.
That's how it felt.
No, it was way less fun than that.
Yeah.
I think we have different feelings on that encounter, Alex.
But then, hold on. I gotta allow the word "fucked" into our chat for whatever reason, as well as lube. Apparently, lube is also not cool.
Yeah,
y'all can say lube. It's fine. We're gonna regret that.
I'm a lube advocate. That should not be something that is censored. Anyway, that's not the point.
Yes. Everyone say lube.
Everyone in the chat.
Everyone in the chat. Lube it up,
baby.
We should. Now we need to make like a reward thing. Something.
I know. We
story lube or something.
Reward, story lube. Fuck lube, titties, balls.
Beautiful.
Anyway, but no, it ended after all of us just getting like completely steamrolled by our like various parts of our backstories, whether it was like actually a traumatic moment or just like seeing something that is important to you in a place that it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And then at the end, Patrick just looks up and it's like, oh, there was a reclaimer. Shit. And then we just ended. So I don't think it's me going out on too much of a limb to say this is a combat session coming up tonight.
Didn't we
I
roll
think
for
you guys
initiative?
will all
Oh yeah, we
be-
did roll for initiative. You're right. It's
Oh, we
definitely a
did?
combat
No, we did
session.
not. We
We
did
did
not
not.
roll for initiative. at the
We'll
end.
begin with by
Oh,
rolling
you
for
said okay.
initiative.
Okay.
Okay.
We
I
ended
trust
we
whatever
added
Ryan
the word,
says.
streamer across the way.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Also, not fun fact, but like kind of a fun fact. The only
be fun.
person in this group, I think, who knows what the reclaimers are is Patchwork.
It's true.
So I don't think that
Reclaimer,
that means
redeemer.
Reclaimer.
reclaimer.
Ooh, my notes are wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, initiative-based roleplay. Yes, of course. I would never seek to enact violence upon my players. That would be totally out of character. I go for
Yeah.
emotional violence.
I
not
feel like
physical
Ben's
violence.
gonna do some shit to us tonight because of the fact that Crowd of Badness fucked his last combat so badly.
No, I don't hold grudges.
Happy Valentine's Day. I'm gonna
Yeah,
kill
really.
everybody.
Happy Valentine's Day. It's time for a TPK.
Do you
That's really
know
what it's all about, you know?
Do you know what is the exact color of Valentine's Day? The blood
Red.
of my players.
Oh, God.
Wait.
Well,
My
most
wife is
of
on a
them.
date with our dog right now.
Oh.
For you to threaten to murder us.
No, just your characters. To be fair,
Just character assassination.
for now.
But yeah, I want to see how that's going to go because it's like, even if the reclaimer walked into the tent, I don't think that all of us would immediately be like hostile being, right? Unless Patchwork was like, kill it now.
I don't think we even got that far. I
Yeah.
think-
No, we just saw it in the distance.
Yeah.
We didn't
there
even
it
Patchwork
comes.
spotted it.
It sounded
Yeah.
like we have a little bit till it actually gets to us. So we have plenty of time to ask questions.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
for
we could
sure.
totally have like a very quick snack and take,
Yeah, have a drink, maybe take a nap.
You know,
Never
Yeah.
has
Another
a snack
brunch.
with this group
Hour and a half.
ever
little
been played.
charcuterie board.
I mean, to be fair, Azad absolutely packed snacks. Like, Azad packed snacks. There are snacks.
This is a party that like can never have Heroes Feast because it will literally be 6 hours of role playing the Heroes Feast. Like,
Yeah, 100%.
yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
No.
That's harsh.
Colonel Blah, that's so rude.
That's
That's so harsh.
You know, it's funny
That
you
was
mentioned
rough.
that though, because I was thinking like, okay, if one of these guys goes down, specifically if Patchwork goes down, where does that leave things?
oh my god, do we get to get into the does the Modron have a soul question?
Well, not only does the Moldron have a soul, but like, I mean, none of you, I think, are able to cast Revivify or anything like that yet.
No, this would be
And-
like, we gotta figure out something to do.
Oh wow, it says on my character sheet that Patrick can never ever die ever.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh,
Neptune
Neptune just
Oh
fixed
my
them.
God.
Neville just
Text
fixed
Wow.
right over the top. So just not.
It's like
cool.
where your immunities are listed or like vulnerabilities. It just says immunities
Death.
death.
Yeah, defenses
Yeah.
against
Oh, wow,
poison,
okay.
disease, magical sleep, and dying.
Oh, interesting.
wow.
So like when you're like, if you were to like go through and look at your inventory and see like what you've got, like plot armor is there, like right at the
Yeah,
top
it's
is
right
equipped,
there.
you're
You're definitely,
attuned.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Always attuned with my plot armor. Are you
Okay,
kidding me?
interesting.
Oh
In fact,
boy,
it's
But
like a
I do-
bonus attunement.
Oh, it's a
Well,
free
yeah. Oh,
attunement?
yeah. It's a free
Wow.
attunement for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't
Actually,
even
I
have
think
to
now
concentrate
that
or
I'm-
anything.
Now that I'm thinking about it, didn't Azad get plot armor like session 0.0?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah. I think
remembering that.
Hey, could all
I
of you
think
guys make
Rev made
investigation
plot armor
checks?
for everybody.
Could you
Yeah.
all make
Right?
investigation checks on your plot armor real quick?
Yeah.
Oh,
do
so
it.
it's a natural
Oh.
20.
No, we weren't
Natural
starting
20?
till 8.
20.
What are you guys?
20,
What
30,
are
20,
you
Nat
guys
20s
doing?
across
Nat
the
20s.
board.
No,
Nat
everyone
20s
got.
across the board.
Oh, you guys all got
Wow.
nat 20s? Oh, that's so cool. Your armor's fake. That's so wild.
I actually rolled an 8. I was
Crazy.
gonna
Oh,
ask you about
well,
that.
you're pretty sure that your armor is real. Yeah.
I do have a question.
Yeah. I don't know why I said yes.
We stumbled into a little fun thing
Mm-hmm.
over when we played the Opera House finale. When it came to
Oh yeah.
death saves,
Mhm.
for those of you who didn't attend, Katie tried very.
Who didn't attend? Why weren't you there? What's wrong with you? It's on
first
YouTube.
of all,
You can still
how
watch it.
dare?
First off,
It was a Friday night. What else were you doing?
Yeah, what else were you doing on a Friday night?
seriously.
Come on.
How dare?
I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
Well, Katie tried very hard to kill all of us.
It's
And
true.
my character Tessa spent most of the fight in death saves. And for the saves, depending on a success or failure, we made it so the character would sort of like flash back through their lives. A little tidbit. A great way to like shove some backstory in there, you know? So I don't know if that's a mechanic we wanted to play with here, since it's like been
for sure.
wants us to die so badly, even though this is what, episode 2?
Look, it's not that I want you to die so badly. It's just I think it would be fun. To explore what happens after you die, you know? It's not personal.
To explore what happens after we die.
Yeah. So one of the things that I think, I guess this isn't really spoilers for anything, because it's a thing that I've been sort of like trying to figure out anyways. Oh my god, that's when it's like, yeah, I know, hey, wow, crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who would have guessed?
Well, it happened here on this
To be
Valentine's.
clear, it's only 1 in 4. Zach rolled an 8.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I did roll an 8.
I tried really hard though. This is like one of my better rolling die.
Oh, you all actually rolled. I just lied.
Oh, I actually rolled a
didn't
dirty
lie.
20 and then I
didn't
changed
roll.
it to a natural 20 when everyone was saying natural 20.
I just like put my hand over my dice tray and went, oh, look, a 20.
Oh my god, crazy. But I do actually think that there's something to be said about, like, you know, what happens after you die, because that's, you know, like, so for those of you that have watched Dimension 20 and specifically have watched A Crown of Candy, there's like a whole thing where even though some characters have passed on, but they still are, like, there's still a means by which they are interacting with the world, which is like pretty fucking cool. And that's something that I wanted to incorporate into this world. Maybe not this campaign.
Are you saying this is our Crown of Candy season? Because I don't know if I can emotionally prepare myself for that.
Okay. I'm not gonna
I'm
try
not
as
ready.
hard as Brennan to kill you guys, because that feels mean. Like, you actively was like, how do I kill you every single time there was combat? And I'm not gonna try to kill you every single time there's combat. Sometimes there'll be combat where it's like, these people are bandits on the road and they're gonna jump passersby and it's you guys and you're like much higher level than them and you're just gonna stomp them or intimidate them or, you know, whatever. But, you know, sometimes, yeah, it'll be somebody who, like, knows you and knows what your strengths and weaknesses are as a group and will plan accordingly. So, in that sense, I will probably try to kill you guys sometimes. But I like the idea of there being, like, this sort of, like, afterlife or sort of, like, in-between, which is, I guess, like, kind of a spoiler in some ways, but not really.
I mean, it's like your near-death experience. It's like,
yeah.
And like, I thought it was extra fun how, you know, if you passed the roll, it was like more of this like positive experience, like guiding you a certain direction. And then if you failed, it was like this like darker failing that goes like deeper into like who you are kind of thing. And Rachel especially, because they were
had a lot of opportunities.
had a lot of time to think about this. You had some amazing, just on the spot backstory coming up.
Yeah, it was very fun. I highly recommend it as an exercise at your table if you want to kill your characters. Let the failures be things that hurt your character and like make them drift a little bit closer to being like, I should just give up, right? Versus like your successes being like, oh, these are the things that like made life worth living. I'm gonna keep fighting, you know. So it's a really fun way to like force yourself to tell the story of your character. I really loved it. I would like to die more often, honestly. It's pretty great.
Oh, well, stay tuned
Also,
for,
Rachel,
I
wasn't
don't know,
that your
like
first
half an hour
ever
from now.
death save?
Yeah, those were my first death saves. Which is why I was like, I don't know how these work. I see a light and my mother. I
think that's what like informed. I was like, hey, why don't you like, was so good, and I'm so happy we
Go
get to
off.
use it
It's
now
like
more.
Zach was like, "Go off, Queen," and I was like, "I will."
You're like, I am. I'm going off
Okay.
so hard.
I also think, like, in addition to being like a cool thing to explore, like from the character's perspective, it's also a nice way to keep people engaged at the table, right? Like,
Yes.
having it come to your turn and being like, and here's your one roll, and now your turn's over, is like not that fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then
also,
on top
you're
of
almost
the...
dead and continue to stress out.
Exactly, right? It's like, okay, at least, you know, you get to like have some, potentially some closure for your character in some ways. You know, if it's like a natural 1 and you've already got a failed saving throw, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna die. It's like, well, you know, do you choose to like delve into a particularly like heartbreaking experience, or is it maybe that like there is some sort of closure that your character was looking for in life, and they finally are able to have it in this like instant before death, which can be potentially like, you know, really moving. And also, if your party can bring you back, it's like, well, if you find your closure, like, what are they gonna say that is gonna convince you that like, hey, maybe you're not quite done? And then
Also,
you, the player, get to then say like, is that enough? Maybe.
I'm just really surprised this isn't a roleplay mechanic that has been used before. Like once, I think Rachel, it was you that said it, and I was like, well, obviously, that makes so much sense. Like, of course you should like narrate what's going on as you're making these death saves. It's more fun for you. It's more fun for us because we get a little bit of like a window into who Tessa is. And then it also just doesn't completely make your turn be like, well, that's my roll. Cool. Guess I'll see you in another round. So, I don't know. I would like
make you sad when they really die, because you're like, oh no, they had such a lovely life.
I just got attached.
Aww.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, it's really just to make people cry more when they die.
Yeah.
True.
That's the end goal.
The end goal is always to make people cry.
Well, that's my goal.
Yes, I know. You've already gotten me close twice. Once when Wolf was juggling with Patchwork, and then what was it? Was it when Terry was being really freaking sweet last episode?
Did you almost cry about that? Oh,
I
was
got
it when he was like essentially learning about like manners?
When he was
and
like,
stuff?
I've never got a present before. This is my first
Oh,
present.
yeah.
And I was just like,
Oh, fancy chef.
yeah,
Fancy
he's
chef.
a fancy boy
Fancy chef.
You're a fancy little boy.
Throw a chant in the chat for fancy chef. Come on.
It also like immediately threw me back to like middle school when people would have crushes on me and I would not know how to handle it because like I don't want to be mean to anyone or like let anyone down, but just like the fact that they had a crush on me made me so fucking uncomfortable. And I was just like, and here we are again.
Oh
I'm
wow,
back.
Katie, what a tough time for you being
Well,
attractive and shit. Oh no.
I don't mean it like that. I mean like
Lexington over
crushes-
here.
Crushes legitimately made me uncomfortable. Even if I had a crush on that person back, if I found out they had a crush on me, I would immediately get the ick. I got over it, obviously, but like that was like when I was like, 10, 11, 12, 13. Crushes were like the most horrifying thing to me.
You like me, I can't go out with someone who's got such terrible taste.
I was like, ew, you like me? That's
How
so
dare.
gross. I don't like you anymore.
Eh. Vomit.
Like I had one boyfriend in 7th grade who after 2 weeks I realized how much he liked me and I was like, I think I should break up with him. He likes me too much.
Katie, everyone. Katie.
I was
Happy
12.
Valentine's Day, everyone.
I was 12.
Yeah.
Clearly I got over
This
it.
Love
wasn't,
was in the
bringing
air.
anything up.
Really makes me
Today's
feel good about the
lesson, if you
decision to
love
get
your,
married.
your significant other, might be time to end it.
Yeah.
No, it's if your significant other loves you, it might be time to end it.
Ooh, it's just ick, okay?
Yeah.
Also, I'm now realizing that out of like everyone who I've spent Valentine's Day with, I've spent the most Valentine's Days with you, Alex.
With me?
Yeah, we've spent
Aw.
multiple Valentine's Days
Oh,
together.
Ben, it's okay.
It's your new
I-
year.
You-
That's
Could
not
not
the
be
one she's
happier.
married to.
This is as all things should be.
Yeah.
Alex
things
and
balanced.
Yes.
I think that there were 2 or 3 different Valentine's Days in New York. That
Oh,
we
yeah.
Went to gay bars and had a great ass time.
We did. We went to really, really gay bars.
Really gay bars. And then I got followed off the subway. Remember that? That was fun.
Yeah.
What's the
Par for
difference
the
between
course.
a gay bar and a really, really gay bar?
There was porn being projected onto the wall of
Yeah.
one of them. Yeah.
That was like, that was
that
pretty
a
gay.
faster answer than
Actually, Ben and I went back to that bar like
Hell yeah.
fairly recently with some
Nice.
friends.
It was. They were playing.
They weren't even playing gay porn.
No, they
They were just playing fucking. I couldn't watch it. It was like
just fucking.
It was dungeon.
No.
Just
It
playing
was like
It was like
dungeon
porn,
with,
like hooks
blood
into
Dungeons and
people
Dragons
and like.
porn.
Not honestly, like I'm all for doing what gets you off, but the hooks and skin was really a lot for me.
On the wall in the bar while you're drinking and
Yeah.
eating. Oh, honey.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
not good.
It's very much like watching a train wreck where you're like, I don't want to. I can't stop. I don't want to. I can't stop. And then it was like, oh, hooks. I can stop halfway.
Oh, they're drawing a pentagon on her back in blood. Cool.
Are you sure you weren't just watching a Hellraiser movie?
Hard to tell, honestly.
You sure you just weren't watching some like Clive Baker nonsense? Like,
How it felt. There was definitely some like penetration though that I don't think would have been. I mean, maybe it would be in a horror film. Horror films have penetration stuff. All right, how did we get here? We should move back on to D&D.
Katie, you drove us all the way down this
You-
lane.
you-
I did this.
We were distracted.
You did all of this.
You are the problem.
Yeah.
This is all Katie.
I loved
Taking
every
train
second of it.
Jesus Christ, Zero. I mean, yes, that's true. Great photographs, horrible thing.
Oof. Oh boy. I mean, hey, look. Ohio, man.
I have thoughts
Okay.
on this.
No, I need to go back to this. Pizza places that project silent movies. That sounds like my dream pizza place because I want to go to there.
That's so fun.
That sounds really cute.
awesome.
Those sound pretty awesome.
Also,
Sounds
it
aight.
totally like negates the issue of like, oh, I can't really hear, or like, oh, I'm like too far away to see the tiny subtitles. Like the silent movies really just like put the whole last thing you need to read right up there on the screen. 10 out of 10. Again, we're not talking at all about the campaign, but that's okay.
Sometimes you talk about the campaign, sometimes you talk about not that.
Yeah. So campaign.
So campaign tonight. This is how I think on every Valentine's Day.
Are we gonna say
Every
goodbye to Rachel?
Forever.
We're gonna wait. Sorry, are we what now?
We're
Oh,
gonna
is
say
Rachel
goodbye
gonna
to
die
Rachel
tonight? Ooh.
Oh, don't worry. I'll just make a new character named
Work
Scrap
patch?
Metal.
Oh.
And they like writing written reports.
I think that Azad would probably die before letting Patchwork die. Well, it's this is a situation that I don't. It's like a Sophie's Choice situation.
How much do you see Patchwork as your child?
I think that I
Yeah.
do see Patchwork as a child, but I also know that I have 3 other children.
You've adopted every single one of us, whether we want
I
to.
have like 8
Yeah.
other children.
There's
true.
so many kiddos.
That
Like
is true.
it's not like a I don't
Some
know.
of them are
Shit.
full
I was-
adults.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last of Us spoilers for like 5 seconds, so take your headphones off if you don't want a Last of Us spoiler. I'm putting
For
that
which
at now.
episode?
For
Which
episode
episode?
This
5.
week's episode.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say this
I
is
just watched it
not
this afternoon.
still hear
this is not an end of episode 5 situation where it's like when the
Oh,
thing that I'm protecting
God.
dies, I therefore must die.
Oof.
That's all. Zeki, you're good. You can put your headphones back on.
I mean, I did play the game, but it was a while ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Brutal.
It's more of a like
Pretty
there are
rough.
multiple people that rely on me and I don't know what I will do.
Oh yeah, that's like a theme of the game. Like
Mhm.
overall.
Yeah. Whew. It's amazing how quickly you can go from dungeon porn to like sobbing at a TV show so quickly.
Not
Conversation
really.
wise.
Yeah.
If y'all are here regularly, this is pretty.
This is pretty
Pretty on
Pretty
brand.
on.
Par for the course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I said a minute ago about this, like, hey, we're gonna laugh, we're gonna cry, we're gonna laugh till we cry, we're gonna cry till we laugh. I don't know. We have all of the emotions. A soup soul.
Laugh while crying and cry while laughing. Yeah.
I'll allow it.
Lube, Porn, dick
Porn,
slap.
dick
It's all.
yeah.
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 This is
Yeah.
very true.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all hey, it's all perfectly normal. Never forget that we are just horny electric meat that's just walking around.
Oh,
Electric
great
meat.
band name. Horny Electric
Wait,
Meat.
horny
Oh,
electric
yeah.
meat is
Ooh,
such
yeah.
a good band name. Rachel, write that
Amazing
down.
band
Not
name.
Rachel. Ryan. Ryan's our scribe, not Rachel.
Horny
No.
electric
This
meat.
goes in your notes.
Yeah.
Oh, this goes in my notes.
Yeah,
You're
this
right,
goes
you're right,
after
you're right.
after Black Dragon Vincent. Horny electric meat.
Abyssal. Black.
Someone is calling me again. Why am I getting? Michigan is calling me. I don't want to talk to Michigan.
Oh, tell
I
Michigan
love
just
Michigan.
fuck it. Tell Michigan we're busy.
Yeah, Michigan, get lost. We're doing stuff.
Get out of here.
Okay, just
Michigan.
for the record,
You think your lakes are so great?
I
Get
did
outta
take.
here.
Average at best.
I did take notes last week. My notes are as
Oh.
follows:
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oreos with a lot of R's.
Mhm.
La Croix. Rev
Yeah.
only drinks coffee for breakfast. Those are my notes.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Informative.
That was like the
Good call,
first like 20 minutes.
Yep.
This is why I hate slam poetry. It's because it's shit like that.
You could read all of my notes as slam
It
poetry.
would be slam poetry, and then I'd be like,
Odeville.
that was they're bad notes for a D&D campaign. You guys don't know what fucking art is. And then I'd walk out.
So when's your solo show, Katie?
When's my solo show? When I get 2 pages of notes, I will do a dramatic reading. How's that?
Okay, great.
Right now
Yeah.
we're in the first quarter of the first page, so it'll take a while.
Gotta build up the content.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
get there by like 7 or 8 months in. Kate will be like, I have a page.
It's my ADHD manifests in the weirdest ways, and one of them is that my entire life I have never been able to take notes because, and I know it's the opposite for you, Ryan, where you're like, this is what I do with my ADHD is take notes.
Not always.
I-
Let's be
Okay, not always, but like, that's a coping mechanism you
for
have.
this.
It is the opposite for me. I like my brain goes too many places too fast, and as soon as I start thinking about something else, I've forgotten that I have notes that I could be taking, and then I just never come back to them.
To be clear, I also have a fidget ring and like a worry stone and
I have a worry stone.
I just have
Yeah.
3 pop.
Yeah,
my god,
a
I
little
love
3
it.
pop too.
No, I have 3 of those. I have 3 of what you have, Alex, so that I can change up the color.
A
when I
3
feel
squared
like it.
pop.
Yeah. I also
And-
have
and
a
2
clay
cubes.
fidget bone.
Is that a guitar tuner? Is that a guitar tuner thing? Zeki?
It is a string tuner, yeah.
That's
Hell
what I
yeah.
thought.
Yeah, whereas Ryan takes word for word notes. We don't
It's
need
either
a
that or
War
I knit
Master.
on stream. So do you want
I-
scratching or do you want clicking?
I also have a capo.
I like
Just-
both scratching and clicking.
Oh, I
to
mess with
be
my
honest.
capo too.
Is this why neurodivergent people like TTRPGs because you can fidget with the math rocks?
I, have
Pro-
to
I mean, there's
assume.
definitely a
Ooh.
tactile.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
has to
Oh
be.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody else like love stacking their math rocks?
Oh,
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like making
And I-
like your pile of D8s and just
I
Yes.
organize them
Ooh.
inside my thing so that they all have to be highest number up because they have to cook and know where they're supposed to land. And then also I like to organize them along the inside of my dice tray with the flat edges along the side. It's a whole
Ooh,
thing.
That's
So if I roll
satisfying
them
as hell.
and it like knocks them around, I have to reorganize all of them every time.
Fuck pyramid D4s because they don't stack.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They go
But
on
they're
top.
fun to put on top.
They're
Yeah.
fun to put on a
They're
D6
fun to
though.
put
Little
on the
hat.
top. Yeah,
Yeah.
like a little like you know when you made
They're
a little
little
house
hats.
as a kid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
they're
are
little
it
hats.
is-
Good for the like roller game because they don't roll as well, and so you are more likely to land your 4 regularly.
So it is
Hmm.
7:46. We are going live at 8 with the campaign. I need to eat food.
Yes.
So
Oh my gosh.
I think we should
Yes,
table
Colonel.
this table talk
Mhm.
and go take a quick 15-minute break, and then we will be back here at 8 o'clock to maybe kill Rachel. We'll find out.
Wait, what are we doing?
Yay.
Yay!
Isn't today Monday?
Oh, shut up. And on that note, we will be
No, that's a different group that's trying to kill me.
back
On Mondays?
on Monday. Yeah, that's fair. On Monday, Rachel is being murdered physically as opposed
by
to emotionally.
wrestlers.
Yeah.
It's being choked out
All right,
yesterday.
I'm gonna take
so-
us offline now. 'cause I'm
Nice.
talking
On
about
Wednesdays and
Bye.
on Thursdays.
Bye.